Hi guys, or hello my flower pots. Today's episode is about the dye job that I've done on the Harmony jumpsuit, and if you haven't already seen the video on the jumpsuit to see what it looked before, if you go over to my channel, or if you're watching on my channel, it's only like 2 or 3 days old, so you'll see what it looked like before there. Okay, and I've had this image in my mind for a long time. I've had a look in my mind for a long time of what I wanted to do, but I had to find the right Kantha thing to do it with, and I think this worked out well. So the two colours I used are from Rit. I used the black and the eggplant. I called it aubergine because in England an eggplant we call aubergine, okay, but it's eggplant. I'm going to bring these up. Okay, so I'm going to pop these down now. Couple of things. I've used Rit for many years for different things, different fabrics, so I'm quite seasoned on how to use it. Always read the instructions on how to do it. It doesn't matter what I'm using with Rit, I always do a bleach bath first. Cup of bleach, put the item in the bath, and I always like that because obviously items have a seal on them. Some of them have a seal on them to stop you from discolouring in that, and I want to break that seal so I can use the colour. With the jumpsuit I did exactly that. I popped her hair in with a full cup of bleach, filled the bath up about this much with hot water, and then I laid her out in there, and then I left her in for about 30 minutes, and what I did was I kept agitating the water, and agitating the fabric around it. Wear your gloves if you're going to do anything like that. You don't want to end up with anything my eczema's not because of that, but anyway, you don't want to end up with anything. Wear gloves when you're doing it. And I normally go in every 5 minutes and I agitate the water. I turn the item over. I just make sure that what the bath should look like is it should have a, sorry to put this so bluntly, but it should look like the colour of pea. After it should have like a yellowy oh god, I can't believe I've done this, but it should have a yellowy kind of colour. Now if you want to bleach your item out even more, that's up to you. I just, for my jumpsuit, I was putting a darker colour on it. Didn't bother me that much. I just wanted to break up that seal that was on it. So I know what you're saying is just shut the hell up, girl, and just do it to show us. But I'm going to show you her styled, okay? So let's get to it. I'm going to style her for fall, and I'm just going to be using a beautiful top. I think this was a Walmart one. It's a cotton blend, and let's do it. So first off, I'll be using just a regular top, okay. And this is more of a slimmer fitting. It wasn't when I first bought it, but it's more of a slimmer fitting top, and it's just plain. You can use any of them. So now you want to see the girl, don't you? You're like, I want to see that girl. I want to see what she looks like. I'm hoping the colour shows up. And this is her. Okay. Before I do it, just know that if you do anything darker colour, you're going to lose the pattern, okay? I didn't mind so much, but you can probably see that there's some pattern still in there. Can you see that, my darlings? She's showing up much brighter on screen, but she is actually a really dark, rich eggplant. So let's get her on so you can see what she looks like on. And for me, sometimes when I'm getting dressed, it just depends on how I feel in the morning. Sometimes I want to feel like I look like a rainbow and throw in every colourful thing I've got, and I do. Sometimes I want to look a bit more put together. It just, honestly, it just depends on how I feel when I wake up. This is going to be more of a put together kind of look. So, get them buttons. Okay, so let's take a look. She goes well with this colour, but you know, I was thinking she'd go awesome with a turquoise as well. I don't have anything turquoise. No, she'd go beautiful with a turquoise, but this is the top I have, so this is the top I'm going to use, and this is how she turned out. Now I want to show you her putting, and I'm quite happy wearing it like this, but I want to show you putting it together. And the corresponding colours that I wanted were like the brown kind of colours, the tan kind of colours. So these are the best that I've got. These are the walking shoes from Venus Celia. You'll know if you watch previous videos, they're the most comfortable walking shoes I've ever had. And they have a beautiful, like these have a beautiful design in. Let me show you. I'm looking in the mirror back, but she has all these cutouts in. Very easy to wear. And she has the little designer here. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use an obi belt. You'll know I love my obi belts. This is my Amazon one. I'll put the links to everything below. And how I wear my obi belt is I lift my shoulders and everything up, put the belt on, tie it up, and then just sort of adjust your clothes accordingly. So that's the obi belt. And as you can see, I've got a look, excuse me, coming together already. But we're not finished. Okay? The next thing I'm going to do is pop on a little pair of earrings. These are just a lovely little pair of dangles. La 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 la. And this is the necklace that I have. I'll put the link to this from Etsy as well. This goes with a lot of things. You'd probably be thinking this colour won't go with this outfit, but it sort of pulls everything together, I think. And then one more item. And the last item is my solace. And I did trade a bestie for this solace because I needed something with purples in, but also had the gold kind of colours in, and it came up, and this is how it looks. I don't know, you get a better idea than I have, guys, of how this looks. I think I need to crochet myself a really dark purple beret, little hat, so maybe I'll have a look for a ball of wool in that colour. Excuse me lifting myself up, but this is how it looks put together for a winter look. And I think she turned out beautiful. What do you think, guys? I've noticed with these jumpsuits, they can be one leg longer than the other. Don't worry about it. I stopped reading about such things, you know. If people are going to look all the way down there and say you've got this much longer than the other, then you failed everywhere else. But this is how she looks for the winter look, with a long sleeve. And I am so happy with the way this turned out. I'm not going to lie. Now, let me stand like this, just so I know that I'm actually in the frame. Just to let you know. When I coloured her, I gave her the bleach bath. I mixed what I do is I mix both colours in a, you know, a big container first with the hot water and the salt. I do what it says on the instructions. So I mix everything together, and then I slowly dunk her in, feet down. And then with this one, I only left it in for 20 minutes, but I kept going back and pulling the item out and agitating the water there as well. I kept doing that. Now do it in a, if you're going to do it in a room where you know you can clean up afterwards, because it makes a mess. So 20 minutes I kept turning it and making sure it was all coated. Okay, if you want to leave it in for longer, you can leave it in for longer, but this is just 20 minutes. And then after I've done it, you want the colour to look darker than what you want. And she looked really, really like the darkest of the black, because when you start washing her, she's going to get a bit lighter. Now there is an additive that you can add by it to keep the colour. I don't bother with all that. I don't mind her lightening up over washes, to be honest. That doesn't bother me. So what I did was I rinsed her in the sink. I gave her 2 good rinses in the sink, and then I popped her in the washing machine, and I did a full wash on a cold wash first. So that was for an hour, and then I did a second wash on a warm wash, and I put the detergent and the softener and stuff like that in that. So she's had 4 good washes. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to wash her in with my whites because I know everything will turn out pink. But for the most part, she is the colour that I want her. Like I say, every time I wash her from now on, she will get a little bit lighter, but only a tad. And I don't mind that because the pattern will start coming through. Okay? And I'll just wash her on her own or with the darks, you know, the really dark darks. And I will use the coolest of the settings. So that works for me. One little tip I would like to give you all, if you're going to do any kind of, just notice that, if you are going to do any kind of dyeing, if you have some spare Kantha fabric anywhere, and I sent mine to somebody else because I have done alterations on other items. That is another video coming up this week. I've done alterations on several items. But if you do have some spare fabric, when you dye your item, no matter what you're dyeing, dye a piece of fabric about this big, if you have it, and wash it. And then every time you wash your main item, wash that item with it. The reason is, as we all know, the Kantha fabric can sometimes have little holes or pulls or something like that in it. And if you need to patch it up, you can patch it up with the same colour. You heard that from me first, guys. You did. You know you did. So that was something that if I had some spare Kantha fabric, I would have done that. I will do that from now on. And then, like I say, every time you wear your outfit, unless you use the RIT additive that keeps the colour, that's totally up to you, wash that square with it as well and pop it away so that you have, if you need to, an item to patch. Now, if you like patching with different colours, that's great. I just wanted an all solid, but the pattern on this that's coming through gives it some kind of dimension, if that makes any sense. I know, keep pulling me boy shorts down, up. So you can see this has a pattern on it at the bottom, and as I wash this item in future, that pattern might come through more. This is not going to go really like pink or nothing like that, but I don't mind, because going through to fall, it's going to stay this colour. And then for spring and summer next year, if it's been washed a good couple of times, it'll be a lighter colour for then. So a win-win. And this is it. And I know I waffled a bit then, but I just wanted you to know that useful little tip that I think is great. And I think it's great for any fabric that you're going to dye. And this is what she looks like with a Solace. So, Let me know in the comments, guys. Is it something that you want to try? Is it something that you're going to try? I do have another item, which are the lounge pants that I got secondhand that came through yesterday from someone, and I have dyed them. In fact, I've altered them, and I'm going to be doing a look tomorrow, completely different look, but I have done something with those as well. So if you're excited to see changes to items or different colours, stay tuned for that, because that will be coming up, if I can film it tomorrow. It will be another a pulled together look, and yeah, I'm really excited for that one as well. But for now, I mean, this is my, I'd say this is my favourite outfit. I love this Kantha jumpsuit. I think, let's just take this girl off. I mean, on its own, it looks fabulous, and you don't need the belt. I just like to pull in. You'll know I'm a bigger girl, like to pull in and have that. These belts are super, super soft. They're not hard and crunchy. They do an absolute ton of colours in them, and when I wanted this look, I knew I had this tan kind of idea, the tan and the warm kind of idea that I wanted to pair with the purple. So with the shoes, hopefully you can see them, and the belt, and then I don't have a tan one of these, but I think they're all within the same colour scheme, if that makes, they're the warm colours, and they all complement this colour very well. Well, I hope for those people who were excited to see how it turned out, you get an idea of what can be done. If you are brand new to dyeing items, you might want to have a practice run with different things. You can always go on Google, and if there's a specific colour you want to dye something, and you're not familiar with the colour chart, you know, you're not that familiar with what certain colours will look like, you know, together, you can say, you know, I don't know, you can just type in what RIT colours make this colour, and it will actually tell you what ones to buy. That said, wait a minute. Hello. Guess you wanted to come in and say hello to everyone? Come on then. We were just talking about extra special princesses, and you walked in the door. Don't tell her any different. And you walked in, and there's the princess. What? You been playing with your brother? Oh. Miss Lulu said hello. Yeah, no, I knew the silk, darling. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, just know this, unless something is white, when you dye a colour, if you've dyed something white, obviously, and you dyed it eggplant, it's going to come out eggplant. With a lot of different things, you don't know, because it'll have an undertone to it. And especially with the Kantha fabrics, they have a lot of different undertones, and sometimes even when you bleach them out, there was another undertone under that. This one, I mean, you'll see if you watch the other video what colour it was. When some of the areas lifted out, the Kantha fabric was actually blue underneath, and that shocked me. So just know that whatever you do, the RIT colour or the dye colour, whatever dye you use, it may not be the exact colour that you want. So try to be more, you know, if you can, try to be more open-minded about, as long as it's in the same family. I just struck lucky with this one. This one's definitely looking to me on the screen as a magenta type look, but she is actually really, really dark purple. So the screen, as we know, is going to change the colour a bit. And And yeah, I mean, I'd love to get another one of these and dye it maybe a teal or a rust colour. But for now, she's my favourite. I'm going to call her Luna, Luna. That's her name. I don't know why it came to me last night, and I just thought, what a lovely name. So her name is Luna. This is Lulu. Lou, want to come say goodbye to everyone? So, thank you for watching. I hope you picked something up from all my ramblings. If you like the content of my channel, if you could press that subscribe button. If you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. You can just watch my videos. A thumbs up would be great. That helps for, I believe, the algorithm. I don't know, I haven't gone into the analytics or the algorithms yet. I am going to be doing another video tomorrow on the lounge pants that I've altered and dyed. And I'm going to be doing another look with Kantha Bae. So that's going to be exciting. And in the meantime, from Miss Lulu, Miss Lulu, Miss Lulu, y'all want to come say goodbye? Thank you for watching us. We would just like to say goodbye. Miss Lulu says thank you for watching as well. She appreciates everything. She loves y'all. She loves her people. In fact, she misses people coming round. Yeah, people used to come round all the time, and she loved the petting, and now she only has petting of 2 people, and it's not enough. So she loves it, don't you, babe? Oh, look at that face. In the meantime, guys, I'll put you down a bit. Thank you for watching. Love y'all.